We're going to talk about trademark law and federal engineers who like to innovate.
Building an international team of attorneys.
But just doing things in a different way.
You are the captain of your own ship.
Yeah.
Make sure you steer it in the direction that you want.
Hi, I'm here with Stefaans Gerber. Stefaans,
Hello, Raj.
hello, tell me a bit about yourself. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm from South Africa. Decided to proceed with practicing IP law from a young age.
Where'd you grow up, first of all?
So there's a smallish city in the center of South Africa. It's called Bloemfontein.
Okay.
And Bloemfontein is the capital city of the Free State province.
Okay.
So at that point in time, there was about 300,000 people living there.
Uh-huh.
But I think it's obviously a bit more now.
Yeah.
But so it's a very Afrikaans community and mixed with some Sesotho because it's very close to Lesotho, which is a landlocked country, landlocked by South Africa. So I grew up there. Went to school. My dad was a lawyer. He had his own firm, his own practice. He practiced he was very general. So he did a lot of criminal work. He did a lot of business, setting up, incorporating new companies, and some commercial work, as well as third-party claims, serious injury law. So a bit scattered all over the place. And, from a young age, I had various conversations with him, to secure my future. With me and my brother, we need to make sure that whatever we decide to proceed with, we need to secure our futures.
Yeah.
And he initially, he wasn't too fond of the idea that I wanted to study law.
Yeah.
Because it, in a certain way, limits you to a specific country.
Yeah.
You can't study law and go work somewhere else.
Unless you're at Trademarkia.
Unless you're at Trademarkia. And so that's also where the conversation about combining it with patent law came into perspective, which enabled me then to, open international doors. So from a young age, decided I wanted to be a patent lawyer, qualified as a patent lawyer, thereafter qualified as a trademark lawyer. And I love the combination of both. So I love doing some patent work, but I love doing some trademark work as well.
Oh, nice. And so you get a chance to do that here at Trademarkia.
I get the chance to do that at Trademarkia, which is amazing that we can work remotely.
Yeah.
It's something that, obviously with COVID, a lot of firms that had the infrastructure could practice remotely. At that point in time, I worked at a commercial law firm where I built the IP practice. We had just initiated that infrastructure that enabled us to work remotely, which was great. So we survived.
Right.
But, thereafter, it was back to the office. So, and I was quite taken aback at the fact that it happened so swiftly.
Yeah.
You would think that, people would adapt, but, people grabbed back to what they knew rather.
Yeah.
Which I found a bit peculiar.
Yeah.
And obviously, working from home or remotely for that matter, you need the right individuals. So you need people who are disciplined. You need people who are ambitious enough not to take advantage of the opportunity, and making sure that, the deliverables are on time, the targets are met. But I think from our perspective, our attorneys, they are hitting their metrics. It's the right people. So I think this model would work provided it's the right people.
Yeah. And then tell us about the freelancer program.
Okay, the freelancer program, I'm very excited about that. So that was a part of my obligations at the firm, that we need to build out this network. So the idea is, we as Trademarkia have do I need to tell them or do I need to tell you?
Yeah.
So I would tell the audience. So we've got attorneys in about 14 to 16 countries around the world. Now, we want to expand that market reach to include as many countries as possible. So obviously, from a trademark prosecution and patent prosecution perspective, in order to do that, you need to appoint an agent. So now what we want to do is we want to expand a specific Trademarkia freelance network of attorneys that can cross-refer work in the network. So instead of appointing an agent, the freelance attorney would actually be the agent, but he will be part of our network and help us establish our brand internationally. But it would feed work to their firms registered in those respective countries that would boost them. So it would boost their practice, it'll boost our image, and we would gain an international view and start building trust across the globe. But it won't take away any reputation from the freelance attorneys.
Yeah, that's great.
So what we and I've seen people from Germany, Dominican Republic, South Korea, only today.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are some of the countries I saw.
Where are you at right now?
Well, what do you mean?
Where are we right now? Yeah.
Well, okay, we are at INTA, the International Trademark Association annual meeting, and it's been a big dream of mine and a bucket list item to attend one of these meetings. And I think I've been very blessed with the fact that it's in the USA, which this is also my first time overseas. I've never been overseas.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yes. So I'm trying to keep it low key inside, but I'm extremely excited to be. I've already purchased this pair of Hard Rock Hotel shades.
Nice. Okay, cool.
I've already purchased a San Diego fridge magnet. So there's a couple of things I've already bought. But yeah, we're at the trade show, meeting a lot of people. I have to say, we are gaining much more feet traffic than I anticipated.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we are not only 2 or 3 or 4 people, that we've got 5, 6 people here assisting with walk-ins, because the meetings that we've got, that's one thing, but then we get walk-ins and we have sufficient people to assist them.
Yeah.
And it's not something that I'm seeing too much with other booths
Yeah. There's a
necessarily.
lot of interest in it, you think.
There's a lot of interest.
Why do you think that is? Why
I
do you
think it's our banners, and you can't see that banners now, but our banners speak to do you want to be a freelance attorney? Do you want to work remotely? Do you want other people taking care of marketing for you, for your firm? So people see that, they grab a flyer, and some of them hang around and wait until somebody can speak to them.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think what we've spoken about last night as well is the whole idea about practicing, let's say, IP law. I think law in general, but if we just take a view on practicing IP law, it is changing, and we
How's
need
it changing? How's it?
well, with the digital era, obviously the initial steps were things like the respective registries having gone digitally. But something else that is now becoming more and more pertinently important is the younger generation of business people and entrepreneurs don't want to go to big fancy offices. They are not impressed by it. On the contrary, walking into an expensive building like that, the immediate thought of a potential client would be, okay, the fees are going to be so expensive because I essentially need to fund this building. So for us being in our transition now, I think it's a good alignment with what we are trying to achieve. We do video first. We are accessible to the clients. They don't have to feel intimidated by these massive offices and what these overheads are or whatever. We're trying to keep it slim line as possible, and just making sure that we remain accessible to the clients.
That's great. And so what would you say, like, if you say Stefaans, when you were graduating high school, what would you say to Stefaans? Like, what would you give it? The 3 tips would you give?
Okay, 3 tips.
Yeah. For new attorneys that
Yes, you're putting me on the spot now.
Yeah.
Let me think. Okay, so if I were to look at my 18-year-old self,
Yeah.
I think from a university perspective, be yourself, do whatever you think is the right thing to do. You did pretty well to get where you are today,
Yeah.
but be sure to remain focused,
Yeah.
keep your discipline,
Yeah.
and work hard.
Yeah. That's good.
Hard work pays off,
Yeah.
irrespective of discriminatory circumstances.
Yeah.
You are the captain of your own ship.
Yeah.
and make sure you steer it in the direction that you want.
So that's good feedback in essence. And so tell me about so if you said like Trademarkia today, what kind of work do you do? Like what kind of work? Let's describe your day to day.
Okay, so what I like, my day to day would be, I would wake up, open my emails and all my notifications, and all the lead panels and platforms, and I would see there's a bunch of people who has asked, I'm interested in a trademark, new leads. I would firstly go and address those new leads with my personalized video. So the lead will be claimed. I will have the opportunity to make a short introductory video, just introducing myself. If there's some information, I can give some preliminary guidelines about which classes, or if it's a patent inquiry, I would elaborate as to, there's a difference between a provisional patent and a complete patent.
You're a patent attorney as well.
Yes, I'm a patent attorney as well.
Yeah. So how did you get interested in branding and IP and
Well,
patents?
in South Africa, being an attorney was already a prestige, career,
Yeah.
but it was such a popular career that to ensure that you have a job essentially and have a steady influx of work, you needed to make sure that you've got some edge, some speciality, and the patent and IP law, for me, it just spoke to me.
Yeah.
So when the time came when I needed to decide on, what type of engineering or scientific degree I wanted to pursue, I pursued a physics and chemistry uh, bachelor's degree, and then further specializing in chemistry. But I mean, it's so difficult because I had to choose. I wish I could be double majored into masters, but at some point I needed to start working and start putting my knowledge to work.
So why should clients choose Trademarkia? Review.
So I think clients should choose Trademarkia because we can formulate global IP strategies with our network of attorneys. So it's not for a specific country, and that's the other thing, my day to day. So what's it like working at Trademarkia? Is I get to engage with a client and be like a legal business partner to that company. I get to have a meeting with them and say, okay, I'll take care of the IP considerations. I'll formulate an IP strategy. But tell me, what is your business objectives? Where do you want to sell? Where do you want to manufacture? What do you want to do? And then I'll advise you. I'll build a strategy that would protect you in all those business endeavors. So clients should choose Trademarkia not only for the expert knowledge and expertise that we have, but for the global reach and our in-house, not only the freelancers, but the in-house network of attorneys that we've got in 14 to 16 countries already. So it's not that I need to contract the advice out from an Australian attorney. I can just phone my colleague.
Yeah.
I can just pick up the phone, or, given the time difference, just send David a message.
Is it really a phone now or is it video?
It's a video. It's not a phone. It's very, initially it was a bit strange, especially in South Africa. I've got my cell phone contract. I would call clients, but I mean, with our digital apps, we can call clients. I can call clients across the world. And I mean, for following up on renewals, I would check, where's the client based? He's in Australia. Okay, I'm in South Africa. I need to phone him between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m.
Yeah.
to be able to
Line.
call him at a convenient
So you're
time.
working with clients from different countries?
Yes, I'm working with clients across the world. So my US clients, I would phone in my evening when it's morning time in the US.
Yeah.
So I would schedule my calls, accordingly. If we have meetings, we do the same.
Yeah.
So, people will be like, good morning. And I'm like, good night.
That's great.
So I think what sets us apart from other law firms is the fact that we are everyone in the firm is very inclined to forward thinking, being innovative, which goes along with IP attorneys. We are thinking about innovation, not only for protecting innovation of our clients, but we are innovators ourselves. We are people that are engineers who like to innovate, not necessarily only for clients, but we want to innovate our own business.
Right.
So we are taking proactive steps in making sure that we remain ahead of the curve,
Right.
which I really appreciate.
Good. So you also
Aligns-
taught yourself corporate law somehow, right?
Yes. So in terms of when I started practicing, I got an opportunity at a commercial law firm, and the idea was to build an IP practice, but obviously an IP practice isn't built in a day. So I needed to ensure that I also had a fee target. I needed to make sure that money came in. So while building the IP part of the business, I engaged in commercial and corporate legal services,
That's great.
including some litigation, more specifically urgent applications for restraints of trade, unlawful competition. So there was a tie to, trade secrets, confidential information. So that was kind of where reviewing contracts, especially from an intellectual property perspective. So I gained that experience and knowledge with my legal upbringing, if I can
Yeah.
put it like that.
And how do you think the African continent's going to change with entrepreneurship and IP in the next?
I think a lot of the larger economies in Africa, like Nigeria, they are moving towards e-commerce
Yeah.
because they've got an economy that can sustain it and that can actually use it. Some of the other African countries are a bit behind, but they are all starting. Everyone has a smartphone. It's not, yes, we are living in poverty, but everyone has a smartphone.
Yeah.
So, those are the types of things that people need to realize and recognize.
Yeah.
Is that even though that people are doing, there is poverty in the African countries, selling services and protecting businesses is still an important aspect. And some of my South African clients, they are startup clothing brands and they want to put their brand out there, and we are competitive enough and accessible enough to offer them that service.
Yeah.
It's not something that they can't attain.
Yeah.
Which I think a lot of entrepreneurs are very cautious of, is they've got limited funds, they need to spend their money wisely, and for them to make a grudge purchase, it moves away from being a grudge purchase. It's not a grudge purchase anymore because they've got proactive, accessible lawyers who don't have any hidden fees. There's no, they don't receive a bill that they don't expect. They pay what they know what they're going to pay, and they pay it up front, and they trust us enough to assist them with that.
Yeah. And so how do you think AI is going to affect the profession and also the world, like entrepreneurship in the world?
The thing is, every time I answer that question or we have a conversation about how AI is going to change practicing law, it feels like it then immediately changes. It's almost like Schrodinger's cat, but for IP and AI law. So the moment you look at it, it changes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, practically, there are search functions that you can utilize AI for. You can start preliminary drafts for your AI, for your patent applications. You can formulate strategies by using ChatGPT or an alternative AI program.
Yeah.
So, and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
I think I don't even know what the capability is because I'm functioning at such a novice level of what that program can do. But I mean, you are the guy that knows all that. So I should be interviewing you and asking you, how do you think, Raj, will AI be used in terms of, bettering legal services globally?
That'll be a good topic for next time.
Okay.
So much, Stefaans.
Thank you very much.
Protect your brand with Trademarkia. Register your trademark on trademarkia.com.